Welcome back to the video series where we go through all 6 Disney Lorcana colors. Today we are diving into Emerald, a color known for evasion, trickery and tempo disruption. If you like to mess with your opponent's hand, win by not letting your opponent play, then this is the color for you. Emerald is about tempo disruption and getting a hit through evasion and discard. Let's look at its core strengths. The first one is hand disruption. Emerald is one of the best colors at making your opponent discard cards, slowing down their plans before they even hit the board. Cards like Sudden Chill and Hypnotize can be cast directly to make your opponent lose resources from their hand. You also have characters like Ursula Deceiver and Bucky Squirrel Squeak Tutor that discard your opponent's hand cards when played. Next up is evasive characters. Emerald loves evasive characters that can safely quest without being challenged by most opponents. Diablo Devoted Herald not only has evasive but can draw you a card whenever your opponent draws one. Being able to bring him out as early as turn 2 due to his shift ability makes him a very useful card in Emerald decks. Gogo Tamago Darting Dynamo can gain you some lore when played and is often used as a late game closer. These evasive cards let you build lore over time with minimal risk. Next up, bounce and tempo control. Emerald doesn't always remove characters, it just sends them back to your opponent's hand. The Muses sends your opponent's characters back to their hand whenever a song is played. Pair that up with Mother Knows Best and you are bouncing 2 characters back. This kind of plays wastes your opponent's ink investments and messes with tempo. Emerald has a strong identity, but it definitely has its flaws. The first up is the low strength and fragile bodies. Most Emerald characters have low strength, which makes it hard for them to challenge effectively. If you're not running evasive cards, your characters are often vulnerable to even basic removal or traits. The second one is a lack of big finishes. Emerald doesn't really have heavy hitting, game ending characters on its own. You don't get huge characters or giant finishes like Ruby or Steel, instead you rely on slow incremental lore gain. If your tempo gets broken or your evasive characters are dealt with, it can be hard to close out the game without support from another color. Now let's go through some Emerald cards that can really define the color's identity. The Diablo Shift line is in many Emerald decks. It's your main draw engine in the early game, and with evasive, it can be difficult for your opponent to banish him early. Both Ursulas are a popular feature in Emerald decks. Ursula Deceiver is able to discard any song on your opponent's hand, and Ursula Deceiver of All allows you to sing twice. With many songs to disrupt your opponent's tempo, it's not a surprise to see the Muses being a popular card. Its ward ability also means your opponent usually can't get rid of it. Prince John, Greatest of All, also helps you draw cards, plus it has ward, which is really annoying to deal with. So how do Emerald decks usually play? The early game is about chipping lore and disrupting. Emerald has quite a few low cost characters to summon out early game. Cursed Merfolk is a popular one. Your opponent has to decide whether to let you quest for 2 or challenge Cursed Merfolk and discard 2 cards. We have also mentioned the Diablo Shift line. Draw as many cards as you can before it gets banished, because most decks cannot deal with an evasive character without investing more ink, so getting him out is your priority. The mid game is about controlling the pace. This is when the Muses, Prince John and Ursula come in. You are not overpowering the board, you are keeping it unstable for your opponent. You want to gain lore consistently while forcing your opponent to spend ink on replaying bounced characters. The late game is about locking down your advantage. Under the Sea and Bend to My Will can be very devastating when played. Yes, they are expensive to play, but you are usually able to win the game after that. Your win condition is about disruption and not letting your opponent do what they want. Next, let's talk about what are the best pairings for Ember. First up, Ember Emerald, a deck that we have covered earlier. A very aggro approach, you summon characters quickly that can gain more lore when other characters are in play. You aim to summon out Chernobog, Evildoer as quickly as possible, and with such a huge character on board, it is very difficult for your opponent to deal with. Next up, Emerald Steel, which is the ultimate tempo control deck. Steel solves Emerald's weakness in damage. You can use Steel's bodyguards and removal cards, while Emerald keeps the opponent off balance with bounce and discard. This deck controls both the board and the hand, so it's really good for longer games. We have also covered Amethyst Emerald earlier, which combines Emerald's disruption with Amethyst's draw power, and you have quite a powerful combination. Emerald is the ink of clever plays, disruption, and frustrating your opponent when they cannot pull off their plans. If you like hand discard, making your opponent waste their resources, then this is the color for you. Of course, with so many Emerald cards around, do take the time to go through all of them, and you might find some combinations that are undiscovered. With that, thank you for coming to the end of this video, sending you lots of love. See you in the next one.